Have you ever wondered if your cat really remembers you? Not just recognizes you, but truly remembers the moments you've shared together? Here's something incredible. While cats might forget where they left their favorite toy, certain moments leave permanent imprints on their memory. Scientists have discovered that cats possess something remarkably similar to episodic memory, especially when experiences trigger deep emotions. Today, I'm sharing 7 gestures that will stay with your cat forever, shaping how they remember you for their entire life. And I guarantee at least 3 of these will completely change how you interact with your feline friend. Let's dive in. Most cat owners are petting their cats completely wrong and they don't even know it. You probably reach for the top of the head or behind the ears, right? But there's one spot that carries 10 times more emotional significance. A place your cat has been hoping you'd discover their entire life. It's called the temporal gland, located right between the eye and the ear. That soft, warm area where the cheek meets the temple. Here's why this matters. When a mother cat grooms her kittens, she focuses precisely on this spot. This touch releases a surge of oxytocin that fundamentally changes how kittens respond to stress throughout their lives. According to research from Oregon State University, cats who are regularly petted in this region show cortisol levels that are 40% lower, not just in the moment, but permanently. Here's the shocking part. Only about 1 in 20 cat owners ever discovers this spot naturally. There are scent glands here that release pheromones when touched gently. Use slow, circular motions with just your fingertip. These pheromones create what scientists call social odor memory, which becomes part of your cat's permanent emotional map. When you touch this spot, you're literally imprinting your presence into their nervous system. This memory doesn't fade. It only grows stronger over time. Your cat needs something from you that has nothing to do with food, toys, or playtime. Japanese researchers using brain imaging technology discovered something fascinating. Cats who were spoken to regularly develop a thicker auditory cortex. The part of their brain that processes human speech literally grows, creating new neural pathways. But here's the concerning part. Cats raised in silent homes show brain patterns similar to cats with hearing loss. Their brains actually shrink from lack of vocal stimulation. Your cat needs you to narrate your life to them. Studies reveal that cats can distinguish between 30 to 40 human words, but they understand hundreds of tone patterns. And no, it's not about baby talk. High-pitched tones actually mimic distressed kittens, which increases anxiety. Use your normal speaking voice, the same tone you'd use with a friend. Tell them about your difficult day at work. Explain why you chose that particular can of food. Comment on the weather while you're both looking out the window. Here's something remarkable. Cats know when you're talking about them versus talking directly to them. They can recognize your emotional state just from the rhythm of your voice. In homes where there's minimal human conversation, many cats develop what specialists call selective mutism. They simply stop meowing because they've learned that communication doesn't create connection. Between 5 and 7 a.m., your cat performs a ritual that most people completely ignore, and it's costing them a deep connection. During these early hours, cats perform what's called a social check. They need to confirm that their family unit is intact. In the wild, this meant verifying that everyone survived the night. Researchers at the University of Georgia observed something remarkable. How you respond in the first 10 seconds determines your cat's emotional state for the entire day. Cats who receive morning acknowledgement, even something as simple as a few words, a gentle touch, or a slow blink, show dramatically different behavior for the next 16 hours. They eat about 30% more throughout the day. They play twice as much. They sleep more deeply and fall asleep faster. Cats who are ignored during this critical moment increase hiding behavior, lose appetite, and here's the heartbreaking part. After about 12 days of being consistently ignored, they stop trying altogether. The neural pathway supporting this bonding behavior begins to be pruned through a process called synaptic elimination. Your cat's brain literally stops expecting connection from you. The acknowledgement doesn't need to be elaborate. You don't have to get out of bed. A quiet, good morning, an extended hand, or simply opening your eyes and looking at them activates their attachment system for the entire day. Every cat has a petting threshold, and most people cross it without realizing, causing emotional damage that accumulates over time. The Cornell Feline Health Center identified what they call the petting threshold, the point where pleasure becomes overwhelming stimulation. Watch for these signs. Tail twitching, rippling skin along the back, ears rotating backward, weight shifting, or dilated pupils. This isn't a mood swing. It's their nervous system signaling that it can't process any more touch without triggering a stress response. When you respect these signals and stop immediately, something profound happens in your cat's brain. They release GABA, a neurotransmitter that strengthens trust pathways. They learn that you're safe precisely because you understand boundaries. This creates what's called predictive comfort. Their nervous system prepares to feel safe whenever you approach. But when you ignore these signals, you activate their fight or flight response, the same system triggered by predators. Some cats endure this for years, accumulating stress that eventually manifests as aggression, withdrawal, or stress-related illness. Cats maintain a detailed memory of every boundary you've respected or violated. These memories form the safety map they have of you. If you're finding this valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss content like this. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you. You might be traumatizing your cat every single time you leave home, and you don't even realize it. Research from the University of Lincoln shows that about 20 minutes before you leave, your cat enters what's called pre-departure anxiety. They recognize your routine, grabbing keys, putting on shoes, picking up your bag. Their heart rate increases by 30%, stress hormones flood their system, and their pupils dilate to maximum. Most people either ignore their cat during this time or make long emotional goodbyes. Both approaches cause lasting psychological harm. Cats need a departure ritual, a calm, consistent pattern that signals your return. Experts recommend something very specific, a phrase said in the same tone every time, a treat left in the same location, or a toy that appears only during departures. Through repetition, this creates anticipatory safety in the hippocampus. Cats with established departure rituals show 50% less destructive behavior when alone. They maintain normal eating patterns and don't develop stress-related urinary infections. Brain scans reveal that their amygdala, the fear center, remains calm during your absence. Without this ritual, cats spend hours in a state of high alert, sitting by the door with tense muscles, unable to relax, waiting for a return they cannot predict. This constant stress weakens their immune system and can actually shorten their lifespan. When cats are sick, they need something that many people completely misunderstand. Sick cats don't just need medical care. They need what researchers call social proximity without interaction. This comes from their wild ancestors. A wounded cat would stay where others could see them, but without physical contact to recover in safety. Researchers at UC Davis discovered that cats who receive this type of presence recover significantly faster. Immune markers improve about 25% faster, white blood cell counts stabilize sooner, and appetite returns days earlier. What does proper presence mean? Being in the same room doing something calm like reading or working on your computer. Not constantly checking on them, and definitely not forcing affection. Just being there. Your silent presence releases immunoglobulin A, an antibody that fights infection. Your quiet company literally strengthens their immune system. Leaving a sick cat alone doesn't help them rest. Isolation triggers abandonment stress, which suppresses the immune system and can extend illness by up to 40%. A cat doesn't become seriously ill many times in their life. These moments become core memories, stored in the limbic system where emotional experiences remain forever. This one is difficult to talk about, but it might be the most important. Cats know when they're dying. Research at Colorado State University's Veterinary Hospital confirms that cats show clear behavioral changes weeks before the end. But they're waiting for something specific from you. Cats have a biological instinct to hide weakness, because in the wild, this protected them from predators. But indoors, this instinct becomes suffering. They want to rest, but they feel they can't because they believe showing weakness will hurt you emotionally. Veterinarians specializing in end-of-life care observe that cats whose caregivers verbally acknowledge what's happening show reduced cortisol levels, increase purring, seek more closeness, eat better, and seem in a certain way at peace. They need to hear that it's okay, that they don't have to pretend anymore, that they were good, that they are loved, and that when they're ready, they can let go. This doesn't mean giving up on treatment. It means creating an emotional space where death isn't denied but welcomed with gentleness. Your cat will only die once. The way you guide that moment becomes their final memory, recorded until their last moment of consciousness. These 7 moments shape how your cat remembers you forever. Each one is an opportunity to deepen the bond you share. Did you know about these behaviors? Tell me in the comments which one surprised you most. I read every single comment. And if you want to learn about 20 things your cat loves that you probably never noticed, check out the video I'm linking on screen right now. Click it and continue with me in the amazing world of cats. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.